pretty chilly morning here in the Northland, especially once you get into places in northern Minnesota and even parts of northwest Wisconsin. And I do say that because Minong actually got up to 7 degrees, so pretty chilly. Now another place is Cook, got 9 degrees, so a couple places in single digits. And we see a row of 10 degrees here. That includes International Falls, Hibbing, Hayward, Ely, not too far behind, 12 degrees. So a lot of us were pretty chilly as you got out this morning, definitely quite frosty. And as we start to look ahead over the coming days, well, we're going to be pretty seasonal and dry to start off this week and going for the next couple of days. Very much similar to what we saw yesterday with those conditions before we do start to see some showers trying to make their way through as we start to head into Wednesday and the Thursday. And then we're going to become a bit more mild as we start to head into this coming weekend. And we're going to mostly see that dry pattern persist as well. Let's look at here at the temperatures for today, because look at this. Northern Minnesota staying mostly in those 30s as it goes south, especially along the I-35 corridor there, getting into those low 40s. So it is very much similar to what we saw yesterday with those conditions. And much like what we saw this morning, though probably not quite as chilly, we're going to again see a lot of us into the 20s and teens with some single digits possible, especially in northern Minnesota. And then as we start to head into our Tuesday, look once again, 30s, low 40s for those highs. And that's going to be a similar case for Wednesday as well. So very consistent with those conditions as we start to head not just from yesterday going into the coming days. Now the winds are going to calm down, so a bit breezy this weekend because that cold front bringing us back to seasonal after a very warm into the last week. But the breeze is not going to really calm all down. We're going to mostly see it just very light, maybe a little bit of a pickup there into the airhead, primarily on the North Shore, especially early on today. But overall, we're going to be staying quite calm into today, going into Tuesday before the breeze starts to return as we start to head to Wednesday and to Thursday. And we're not going to be seeing much of any rain either, so we're going to be staying quite dry. And I do show a wider view here because we do have the system off to the south, and it's going to be making its way into our area, but notice it doesn't push in. None of the showers really make it into our area. The system stays off to the south, and really we might see a bit more cloud cover for those further south, but generally not going to be seeing much of any action. Maybe a stray shower tries to push in, but generally staying dry and pretty clear today and going into Tuesday. And the reason is because we have this high pressure system making its way on through. Is going to really settle here in the Northland as we start to head today going into the middle of the week, and it's going to keep us calm. It's going to keep us pretty dry and overall quite pleasant as it keeps that seasonal air mass in place as well. Now we will start to see a bit of rain as we start to head into the middle of the week. The high pressure system is going to start to make its way on out. You can see a couple showers possible. This model is mostly showing it in northern Minnesota, but all of the Northland can see some isolated scattered showers Wednesday, especially once we start heading into the evening hours. And we're going to look at our longer range model here because this is going to show the cold front that's going to be initiating a lot of the showers, primarily overnight going into early Thursday morning. And we can see a good amount of shower action, a good coverage there, so probably going to be a decent amount of scattered showers, but it's going to be quick hitting because that cold front is going to make its way in and move out pretty quickly. So by the time we get later in the day on Thursday, actually probably going to see a good amount of sunshine. We're not going to be seeing a ton of rain with this. As you see here, the probability is decent, and I think it actually picks up more into the overnight hours, even into Thursday. But we noticed northern Minnesota, and I think especially the Arrowhead is most likely to see some of the rain we're going to see. And it's not going to be a ton of rain, as I mentioned. Mostly a few tenths of an inch of a rain. Maybe some places get to a quarter inch or more, but most of us are likely to stay below a quarter of an inch. So just really going to be missing out on a lot of that rain we're hoping for because of the drought conditions we have been seeing here. Now as we look at the temperatures going forward, notice that we're generally consistent but slowly warming up. So we're going to be start seeing a lot more of those 40s once we start heading into the weekend. In fact, we get a closer look. So early on this week, I've been saying this a lot, upper 30s in northern Minnesota, low 40s further south. But by the time we get to the weekend, a lot of us likely to be into the 40s as we start to see a little bit more mild air mass make its way back in. And we're going to mostly be staying dry in the meantime as well, though look at Saturday, couple showers possible there, but staying pretty isolated. Definitely not going to really help out with the drought. So we've been staying quite dry as we head through November. And it looks like this week, outside some of the showers we're going to be seeing here in the middle of the week, we'll be mostly staying dry all the way for the next 7 days. So appreciate the showers while we get in the middle of the week, and appreciate the pretty nice conditions as well. Plenty of sunshine early on this week, seasonal temperatures. But then as we start to head towards this coming weekend, we will start to see more mild conditions make their way back in.